Michael, which were you more proud of, your athletic skills or the mental skills that you brought to the game, and which was more difficult to keep up?
Make the complete basketball player that you try to become. So physically it's a little bit easier, but the mental part is the hardest part, and I think that's the part that separates the good players from the great players.
Be ready for anything and everything.
I think that the pressure seemed to affect me more than it affected him.
One of the things that has been good for me, I think, besides training, has been my sort of mental preparation.
When you have that kind of powerful brain stuff going, I think it translates into performance.
The added benefit of visualizing all of these different scenarios is the confidence gained from knowing he has a plan for everything. Bowman's computer analogy is apt. Because the different reactions are programmed into Phelps's mind, he doesn't have to worry about adapting on the day of a competition, and instead can focus on being the best athlete he can in the present. His mental self-reliance may be his biggest strength.
So I would say mental is maybe 95% of it. Normally, because I can't be more strong or more well-prepared than I'm already is right now. But the thing that I can be more confident, so I try to visualize myself, getting out of certain position, or if I have any last tune-up that I need to do on my game plan, I ask my coaches and stuff, but nothing is really physical right now.
Is being an Olympic champion physical or mental?
Both. I think both.
How much does a mental part play in?
A lot. I've seen a lot of athletes under pressure, like really under pressure. I remember the last Olympics, my teammate, Johan Blake, when we were in training, we laughed, we joked, we had fun. And we got to the Olympic finals. I had lost him at the trials. And we got to the Olympic finals, and you could see the nerves in his face. And I was like, yo, let's go do some more striders. And he's like, nah, I'm all right. And I'm like, why? He's like, yo, I'm all right, I'm saving my energy. I'm like, saving the energy for 100 meters. Like, what are you talking about? But he was so nervous, he couldn't handle the pressure. So mentally, it plays a lot.
To make it at Michigan, Brady needed someone to help him unlock and clear his mind. By his junior year, Brady had won the starting job. Still, he continued to meet with Harden.
He was in the office every week. He would show up Friday before a game, every game, and sit and prepare himself mentally. Remember, we're talking about a 20-year-old guy. This guy was hungry to be the best. He was trainable, coachable, and hungry. He has mastered his insecurities and his fears in brief moments.
Carolina 23-yard line.
He has learned to silence the noise and the clutter in order to focus like a laser beam on the task at hand.
Launches a 60-yard bomb. Put it in the bank. It's gaining interest. The Patriots are going back to the Super Bowl.
He was able to wrestle with whatever demons he might have had.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! The Colts are going to the Super Bowl.
In pursuit of perfection.
Brady fires it to the right, down the right sideline, and caught at the 20-15-10 touchdown for Tom Brady. Touchdown pass number 50, an NFL record.
Brady hasn't played at Michigan in over a decade, but the mindset he adopted there while trying to win the starting job remains with him to this day.
When you're a competitive athlete, you learn very quickly how strong you are or how energetic you are, all of those things. But it could very well be that there's a lot of people who have an equally as good a body as you have, that performs just as well, that is as muscular, let's say in bodybuilding, there's exactly the same kind of, proportions in all of those things. So the question really is what puts you over the top? It is the mind that really creates the body. It's the mind that makes you really work out the 4 or 5 hours a day. It is the mind that visualizes of what the body ought to look like as the finished product. You got to get up and say, I want to be a champion. And I do whatever it takes. The amount of hours it takes, the posing, the this, the that, the visualization, looking at training footage, looking at motivational books, reading this, reading, whatever it takes, I would do. That's the answer I want to hear from you. You can detect right away those that are going to be shaky and that will fall behind and they will not go all the way, and those that are very hungry. And that hunger you have to develop because you have to create a goal for yourself, whatever that may be, a short-term goal and a long-term goal, and you got to go after that. And if you do not see it, and if you do not believe it, who else will? The body is very important, but the mind is more important than the body. You have to visualize what that body ought to look like in order to make it win, because that's what creates then the will that you need to go to the gym every day. The will that makes you go into the 4 reps, the will that makes you go beyond when you do your 500-pound reps in the squats and you can't do another rep and your body is shaking. It's the will that makes you go one more time down and struggle up one more time. And so it's all of this, so the mental aspect that motivates you and that makes the difference between you being in the gym full of joy and looking forward to doing that extra rep and looking forward to doing those extra 100 reps in the sit-ups and working past the pain barriers. That all is the mind. That's not the body. So this is why I think the body is very important, but the mind is more important than the body.